We've been having lots of conversations with the government around supporting build to rent, and certainly before the election, when we were talking in the context of the Housing White Paper, we were getting good signals from government around support for build to rent. We didn't get a commitment clearly on SDLT and the surcharge, but I think more generally the government were interested in ideas we had about supporting build to rent. So the Mayor's been very clear that in his draft London housing strategy, removing the SDLT surcharge for build to rent is something which he's going to continue to make the case for, and we hope that to support the sector the government will listen. I think the advantage of the Housing White Paper, which came out earlier in the year, was that it sets out an approach which is more flexible around supporting different tenures, and we definitely saw that as being an advantage in London, because we know that to increase the supply of new homes overall in London, we can't just focus on relatively expensive for sale properties. We need to be building those to rent and those which are affordable as well. And so we felt that in the Housing White Paper, the door was very much open to more affordable housing and to more build to rent products and so on. So I think that if we can keep pushing in that direction with the new government, then we can start making progress on supporting that really wide offer that we need in the capital. So there'll be a lot more in the draft London plan, which is going to be hot on the heels of the draft London housing strategy. That'll be out before the end of the year. I think different forms of living form a different role in the overall mix of housing that we need in London. I think we do need to be clear that we want to protect space standards generally. So we do want to make sure that people are being offered homes which are of a decent size and meet their needs and so on. But I think there'll be an approach in the draft London plan which recognises that there are slightly different products for different people in certain stages of their lives. I think anyone who works in the development or property sector knows how long it takes to get homes built, and we can do everything we can to try and speed things up, but it's not a crisis or a challenge which you can meet overnight. It's not something where you can wave a wand and fix it immediately. What I've been really encouraged by is the fact that our approach to planning, for instance, whereby we have a fast-track route to planning permission now if people offer a decent level of affordable housing and get on site within 2 years, has been so well received by the industry. We consulted on it quite broadly before bringing it into action, but I think the way that it sets out a clearer path and a faster path to development has been taken really well. What we want to focus on now, as well as the planning and the investment functions that we have at City Hall, is around our role in the public sector, bringing forward more land, because I really feel that is one part of the equation where the public sector can play a more interventionist role, making sure that land comes forward for development, unlocking sites, helping to remediate and assemble sites, making sure that private sector sites can come forward if they're being blocked for land assembly issues. And I think that's going to be a big part of the role that we want City Hall to play over the coming years.